Hello. Hello, hello. Beady boy. Gads, I look like I'm dying. I'm alive and well. I'd like to think the well part. Just not getting enough activity, folks. Let's put it this way. If you're the front man for a resistance movement, legal underground defense units, hell, if it wasn't legal, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of this camera, would I? I'd be locked up long ago. But let's put it this way. Visitations are limited. I'm a hot potato and proud of it. Very hot potato. How are you today? It's the British People's League giving you humble little Johnny boy, Beady boy. The dinosaur news. And the big news of the day? Right beside me, this fella. Sir John Alexander MacDonald was born on this day, January 11th, 1815, 207 years ago. Our hero, the hero of the British race. And the people in the motherland can be proud as well. Born in Glasgow, Scotland. Not born in Tibet, not born in China, not born in India, not born in Africa, born in Scotland. A proud white. Throughout his political speeches here in Canada, when he founded Canada, he maintained that Canada must remain a white country, a white nation. So my thoughts are zooming around in the Beano here. So what are we going to do about the situation now today, Beady boy? 2022. The legal underground defense units are going to clear the path for us, and they are clearing the path for us. When the path is totally clear, those who are loyal to the principles on which British Canada was founded will have no problem. But if you're disloyal to the structure, the roots, the British North America Act on which we were founded, we will certainly have debates, won't we now? Hint, hint, hint. There are those who've landed recently who came to Canada because they knew it was founded by Britain, British stock. Laid out the administration. Around the globe, wherever we laid out the administration, they're following. They, the citizens of those nations. Even though they dingbats in Ottawa are trying to change things, you can't take away the loyalty of British Canadians to their stock, to their tribe. Sure, we're few and far in between, but that doesn't matter. Throughout history, the few and far in between managed to get by, managed to reestablish their throne. I'm grinning because I'll tell you, my voice was squeaky when I was talking to Sir John. Oh, I don't know, about 40, 50 years ago, I remember one smart-ass conservative type saying, all Beaty's got around him is talks to the statue of Sir John. And as you go through the past YouTubes, on the John Beatty YouTube, you'll see the back description of Sir John. When it was crafted, there was a duplicate of this original bust. This is the original bust. There was a duplicate in the Lindsay, Ontario Library for some years. I hope it's still there. I haven't been down for a while. Anyway, we're glad it's his birthday, but boy, is it cold. Well, imagine how cold it was back when Sir John came over to Canada, became a lawyer, Kingston, Ontario, and then he used, I guess it was called a cutter for transport, covered in furs, freezing cold weather. It's the coldest day on record here in Canada, not on record historically, I meant for this winter. Oh, it's minus, way below Fahrenheit. This old house is pretty cool. but I managed to situate the heaters and the oil furnace. And you seniors out there know what it's like to be cool in the winter. Well, come on, Beatty, get to something structurally important. Well, I think it's important to the friends of the British People's League to prove that I'm still alive. I have friends who tell me I'm as healthy as can be. But this shaky thing, we know what the shakes come from. It's aggravating, but I must say every other day, I wasn't going to even start the video here today until later in the day, but the hands aren't shaking too bad right now. I need the hands to sort out the YouTube to get it on the British People's League webpage and on Facebook, don't I now? Well, let's get into the meat of the show. The show must go on. Shows pick up the spirits if there's a good show. Good show of good people, men and women who have passed away for their British Canadian roots. People from the British Isles, people from America came when it all started, December 26, 1978. Sift through the YouTubes in your spare time. There's references through all kinds of the YouTubes, dating back to 2014 when they started, references to Canada's secret civil war, 1978 until, by the real John Beatty. I bring this up because we're still plugging away at it. And it'll shock the hell out of all you steady listeners and viewers when it's produced. And we'll be working with our partners in the motherland, Candor Publishing. Candour, candor.org.uk. I usually wave a copy of their publication, which I've got all around the library room here. I guess I should have had it handy, but I'll tell you what, I've had to readjust to get the speaker properly functioning. Sir John here, and I don't want to have anything happen to Sir John. He fell off a ledge once, and an artsy friend pieced them together, did a good job. I saved the pieces for quite a while. But yes, this artsy friend in the Peterborough, Ontario area did a great job at restoring Sir John. Well, it's quite the world we're looking at today, isn't it? January 11th, 2020. Around the world. Protest. And they're not all about the vaccine, etc. Just people fed up. You know how corny I can be, folks. So I come up with a one-liner. Commotion is the father of revolution. Commotion is the father of revolution. Legal revolution, officer. You revolve something, like the globe here, the microphone, it revolves. But I'll tell you, hundreds of thousands of people. I wouldn't want to be a well-known politician these days because those mobs are looking pretty rough. Now, people like myself, we'd pull the brakes on any bloodthirstiness, any bloodshed. Honest, officer. But my goodness, we wouldn't want the mobs to turn out like Robespierre in the French Revolution. This isn't just a one-country thing. Our European cousins are fed up to the teeth as much as we are. Marching and screaming and yelling in the streets, frustrated. People who 5 years ago you wouldn't caught dead out in the streets like that. But the politicians are just sickening. Not every single one. There are those who have tried. Sure, I don't like some of that crap about COVID and all the different stories and everything. And regardless of COVID, how he's handling it, I still like Rob Ford, the Premier of Ontario. He's got a hell of a job. You try it. You try to get up every day to appease those who are sick, those who don't want the vaccine. You try and appease everyone. He's doing the best he can. Not that he would like any compliments from John Beattie. I could care less. I'll choose who I want to cheer on. And in the motherland, an old pal, Peter Hollings. Peter Hollings. He's back at promotional work for the motherland. Beautiful reproductive paintings, pictures, landscapes. He's doing the walk, he's doing the talk, he's walking the talk, he's talking the walk. He's doing a great job. You got your choice in America, different outlets. I still admire an old pal, John Gerhardt, out of Ohio and Michigan. Steadily for decades, he sends out key political blurbs. I don't send out many political blurbs, only to the few friends I have chosen on Facebook. Lately, I've been promoting a lot of academics who have had the guts to stand up against the establishment and say the attacks on the white man are a fraud. Just like Sir John gets hung with the crap that he illegally had Louis Riel hung. Louis Riel ordered the murder of a Canadian citizen, Thomas Scott. Louis Riel ordered the murder of a Canadian citizen, British Canadian citizen, Thomas Scott. Execution in Canada for murder lasted for decades. We got to get it back. We're going to bring a lot of things back when we're reinstated into the Dominion of Canada power broking waves. And there's a lot of brave corporate types out there. I've seen them, I've nodded at them. Well, big deal, Beattie, you could just be a sucker. I don't think so. I've been witnessing our tribe's reaction, backlash, since the tail end of 1978. And here it is, 2022. You want to see proof? Well, like hell, you ain't going to see proof. You can read it in the book. 3 chapters have circulated for months now that we have put out on the internet to those who've requested it that I might know of. And in the months, I don't keep track of dates well enough, folks. But in the months that the 3 chapters have been circulating, not one complaint. Number one, the enemy, the multi-cult gang and their leadership don't want it talked about. They don't want it admitted that the British tribe has awakened. The British Canadian tribe has awakened. So they're not going to mention it. The right wing in Canada has always been jealous of John Beattie, and I don't know why. It's because 99% of the right-wing activists in Canada are not of British stock. They can be proud of their European stock. But instead of being proud of their European stock and helping us along, which in the legal underground they certainly are, but the ones on the surface, is it jealousy? It must be. They don't like the fact that the name we have is British People's League. Well, as explained in previous videos, when my second wife, Hazel Janet Beattie, Hazel Janet Beattie, Hazel Janet Wilsteed, maiden name, and I chose the name British People's League. We discussed it for days on end. We've tried the all-encompassing, all-European approach, whether it's Greek Canadian or Italian Canadian, French Canadian, you name it. Everybody's got their roots. And we need our European friends in the legal underground defense units. Absolutely. But the name we've chosen, and sitting here in honor of Sir John Alexander MacDonald today, on his 207th birthday, is because that's what we are. That's what we are. As Ricky Nelson's old song said, Garden Party. You can't please everyone, so you've got to please yourself. You can't please everyone, so you've got to please yourself. Well, we're doing a lot of ad-libbing here. But to get into political details, you've all got the internet. You go for it. I'm here to promote a spirit. A spirit that was picked up when I picked this book off the shelf this morning. Hero Myths and Legends of the British Race. Hero Myths and Legends of the British Race. Last published in 1927. And of course the opening myth is good old Robin Hood. Is it a myth? I think it was true. It's a fantastic book by E.B. Butt, B-U-T-T. Hero Myths and Legends of the British Race. I've got many books over 100 years old here. So you look up the details as to what's going on. We all know what's going on. I wouldn't be here. Well, frankly, I'm amazed I got on here this morning, but I've had friends nudging me. I guess I'm my own worst enemy. The friends that nudge me are telling me I can do it. I'm not thinking of packing anything in from old age, but listen, when your voice is squeaky, your hands are shaking. But that ain't got me on, folks, today. There's certain periods that the pills do work, and I admire my doctors, plural, and they slow down the shakes. Well, I was sitting in the chair thinking, what am I going to do if it shakes all day and it's Sir John's birthday? And then I looked down, and lo and behold, it's in the quiet spell. So I have to make use of the rest of the quiet spell to get this on the air. If I hit the wrong button, it'll obliterate. Okay, Beattie, we don't want to hear your problems. We just want to know what you're doing. Well, the legal underground defense unit are doing plenty. They're not going to brag about or boast about it until the cake is ready to eat. When the cake is ready to eat, you'll know about it. So that just about wraps it up. I hope I've inspired you some. If a guy nearly 80 years old can keep the fire going, so can you. Well, God bless each and every one of you. May Odin bless each and every one of you. God save the Queen.